Ladies and gentlemen, success is so thinking easy. And I know when you hear that, it probably pisses you off. You think, Dan, come on. You don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through. You're right. I don't. But I do know one thing. Excuses are just well-designed lies we tell ourselves to feel better about staying stuck. People wait for motivation like it's some divine lightning bolt that's going to strike them at the perfect moment. They think, when I feel ready, I'll start, or when I'm inspired, I'll go all in. That's bullshit. Motivation is like a cheap spark, hot for 5 seconds and then gone. You can't build a meaningful life, a company, a body, a legacy off of a spark. You build it with fire. Controlled, intentional, disciplined fire. Motivation is emotional, discipline is practical, and discipline wins every time. Ask any high performer, any elite athlete, top CEO, operator, creator. They don't wake up every morning excited. They wake up committed. That's the difference. Discipline is waking up when your alarm goes off, not when your feelings give you permission. It's doing the work on the days it feels boring, hard, or pointless. It's making the sales call even when the last 10 said no. It's going to the gym even when it's raining and you slept like crap. It's choosing chicken and broccoli when pizza is whispering your name. It's mundane, it's gritty, and it's everything. Most people don't get this because they've been trained by comfort. They think if it doesn't feel good, it must be wrong. But comfort is a liar. Growth never happens in comfort. Progress lives in discomfort. And discipline is the bridge that gets you through that discomfort without stopping, without whining, without quitting. Motivation says, I feel like it. Discipline says, I do it anyway. What separates the 1% from the rest isn't talent. It's consistency. It's people who show up every day and do what needs to be done, even when it sucks. Especially when it sucks. That's where the separation happens. You think I built companies, exited for 8 figures, got my life together after jail because I was motivated? No. I did it because I had no choice but to become disciplined. My back was against the wall. I built habits. I built systems. I surrounded myself with accountability. I created a life where the standard was non-negotiable. Because that's what discipline is. It's non-negotiable standards. No excuses, no delays, just action. Discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It means not quitting when it's inconvenient. It means learning to trust yourself because you've built a track record of doing what you said you'd do. That's confidence, that's power, that's what most people lack. They want results without the reps. But reps are everything. Discipline is reps, daily, hourly, repeated over time until the results have no choice but to show up. You want a different life? Stop chasing hype. Start choosing discipline. You want to feel unstoppable? Build a habit of doing the hard thing first. Do it when you don't feel like it. Do it when it's not sexy. Do it until you can't not do it. That's how you win. That's how success gets easy. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger through discipline every single time. You can tell me all day long what matters to you, your goals, your dreams, your business, your health, your family, but none of it means a damn thing if it's not on your calendar. Because talk is cheap and everyone's got ambition when they're feeling inspired. But you want to see the truth? Open your calendar. That's where your life lives. That's where your energy is going. That's where your attention is being spent. If something's not on there, it's not real. If you say you care about your health and there's no workout scheduled, no meal prep time blocked, then you don't actually care. You just like the idea of being healthy. If you say you want to build a business, but there's no time carved out for deep work, marketing, customer service, or content creation, then it's not a priority. It's a fantasy. People act like they don't have time. That's the biggest lie they tell themselves. It's never a time problem. It's a priorities problem. You'll always make time for what's urgent to you. You'll binge watch 3 hours of Netflix, scroll social media for 90 minutes, but you won't carve out 20 minutes to plan your week or 30 minutes to read a book that'll change your life. You want to change your life? Change your calendar. You want to be world class at anything? Schedule it, commit to it, and make it a non-negotiable part of your day. You can't build an elite life with random, scattered, wishful habits. You need structure. Your calendar should reflect your values. You want to be a better spouse? Put date night on the calendar. You want to be a better parent? Block time to be present with your kids. You want to level up financially? Schedule time to learn, invest, prospect, and follow up. It's not hard. It's intentional. And most people are not intentional. They're reactive. They live in defense mode, letting the day run them instead of running their day. That's why they feel stuck. That's why they're always busy but never moving forward. You need to treat your calendar like sacred space. Protect it, guard it, audit it every week. Ask yourself, does this calendar reflect the life I want to live? Is this the routine of someone who's growing? Is this how a winner operates? If the answer is no, then change it. You're the architect. You're not a victim of your schedule. You're its creator. And if you don't create your life with intention, someone else will do it for you. Your boss, your clients, your phone, your social media feed, they'll fill your time with their agenda. That's theft. You lose your freedom one distraction at a time. So look at your calendar. It tells the truth. It exposes what you're really about. And if it doesn't line up with your goals, don't complain about your results. The calendar is the scoreboard. It shows the difference between who you say you want to be and who you actually are. Fix the calendar, fix your life. We live in a world that's obsessed with comfort. Everyone wants ease, convenience, fast results, zero friction. But here's the raw truth. If it's not hard, you're not growing. Growth is uncomfortable. It stretches you. It challenges your ego. It pushes you to places you didn't think you could go. And that's the whole point. You don't become a better version of yourself by staying where you're already good. You grow by walking into resistance and not backing down. Too many people confuse hard with wrong. They think if something feels difficult, that must mean it's not for them. That's completely backwards. The hard things, those are the things that make you. The conversations you avoid, the discipline you resist, the reps you skip. Those are the exact things that would change your life if you had the guts to face them. The moment you start leaning into discomfort instead of running from it, everything shifts. Because now you're no longer avoiding the work. You're owning it. You're becoming dangerous. You're becoming resilient. Look at anyone who's done anything extraordinary. They didn't get there by avoiding hard. They got there because they embraced it. They welcomed pressure. They used pain as fuel. They understood that the hard moments are the forge where strong character is built. Nobody becomes a champion in easy mode. Nobody levels up by staying in the shallow end. You want mental toughness, you want emotional maturity, you want financial freedom, then you've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Pain is a signal. It means you're on the edge of something new. When your body hurts in the gym, that's your muscles breaking down so they can rebuild stronger. When your brain hurts learning something new, that's growth happening. When you feel fear before a big decision, that's the indicator that you're stepping into a new identity. But most people stop right there. They see hard as a stop sign, not as a signal to lean in. That's why they plateau. That's why they never really change. The most dangerous mindset you can have is this is good enough. That mindset kills potential. It kills progress. It makes you settle. And the worst part, you start telling yourself stories to justify it. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm doing fine. I'll push later. No, that's the voice of comfort trying to seduce you into mediocrity. The truth is, you're capable of way more, but you'll never access it if you keep backing down when things get tough. The growth is in the hard. It's in the early mornings when you want to sleep. It's in the rejections that teach you how to bounce back. It's in the failures that teach you how to adapt. It's in the pain that teaches you who you really are. If it's easy, you're coasting. And coasting only leads one way, downhill. You want to rise, you want to lead, you want to win, then start choosing the hard path every single day. Everyone's chasing the next big thing, the shiny strategy, the viral moment, the shortcut to the top. They scroll for hacks, download PDFs they never read, jump from one idea to the next, hoping the excitement will carry them to success. It won't. Excitement fades fast. It's like sugar, gives you a quick hit, but no real fuel. What actually builds success is mastering the boring stuff. The stuff nobody wants to do consistently, the fundamentals, the unsexy, repetitive actions that feel small but stack up over time into something massive. It's easy to get hyped when you start something new. Starting is never the problem. Everyone's fired up on day one. But what about day 50, when no one's clapping and you're tired and progress is invisible? That's the test. That's where most people fall off because it got boring. But boring is where the magic happens. Boring means it's working. Boring means you're building real momentum. The people who win are the ones who fall in love with the process, not the result. In business, it's boring. It's following up with leads, refining systems, tracking KPIs, fixing bugs, sending invoices, managing calendars. In fitness, it's boring. It's tracking your macros, showing up to the gym, sleeping 8 hours, stretching after workouts, drinking water. In relationships, it's boring. It's checking in, listening when it's inconvenient, making time, choosing patience, showing up when it doesn't benefit you directly. But that's where trust is built. That's where progress happens. That's where you separate yourself from the amateurs. Success isn't about doing big things occasionally. It's about doing small things consistently. It's brushing your teeth every day, not once a month for 3 hours. Same goes for life. The boring reps compound. You read 10 pages a day, and 1 year later, you're a different person. You write one piece of content every day, and in 6 months, you've built a brand. You save a little money every week, and a few years later, you've got a safety net. Or even better, you've got options. Most people don't have a strategy problem, they have a discipline problem. They chase stimulation instead of structure. They want fireworks, they want results they didn't earn yet. But the boring stuff is what creates freedom. You do the work when it's boring, so you can live a life that's exciting. You show up when it's hard, so one day you don't have to hustle every minute just to survive. That's the trade. That's the game. The ones who succeed didn't find some secret path. They just stopped quitting. They just mastered the stuff others avoid. They said, this is boring, but it matters. And then they did it anyway, every day. While the world scrolled past, distracted by the next exciting thing, they put their head down and worked on the thing that actually moves the needle. That's not luck. That's not genius. That's discipline applied to boring mastery. And that's where real success lives.